Ladies and gentlemen, our new Mrs. Universe 2015 is Mrs. Canada.
Yeah, it is. She's the first Canadian and the first Indigenous woman to win the title of Mrs. Universe, and since then has been an outspoken advocate for First Nations concerns. Please welcome the beautiful and talented Ashley Callingbull. Good morning.
Morning.
So let's just back it up. In 2010, you were Miss Universe, and you ranked pretty high up in you were second runner-up?
Second runner-up, yeah.
And then flash forward 5 years, and how did it feel to win the crown title?
Really good.
Yeah, I'll say.
Really good because I wanted to use it for things that are more important than just having a title. I wanted to use it to bring awareness and be like politically outspoken and talk about First Nations issues that a lot of people aren't talking about or they don't know about. So I use it to my advantage, which was really good.
And you did that right away. In 2005,
Yes.
you were encouraging people to come on out and vote for the federal election. So how do you feel? Did you feel your message was heard, and what were people saying after Trudeau was elected?
Yes, I felt the message was heard. There was a huge voter turnout for First Nations communities in Canada, which is really important because a lot of people don't want to vote or they don't really know what's going on in like our own government system. And I thought it was really important because I personally don't think that we had a good prime minister, a former prime minister. I mean, he did not do much for First Nations people in Canada. And now, you know, I mean, elections the way they are, it's like you got to pick the best out of what your options are. And I feel like there's a lot that still needs to be done. There's a lot that still needs to be changed. There's a lot of things, you know, I don't agree with that Trudeau pushes for, but there are some things I do agree with. It's
making some progress, at least.
Yeah, you know, like progress takes time, but they need to get on it now.
And Gord Downey is helping with that cause, definitely
Yes.
using it as a platform. We know recently he came out with a video, Secret Path. He was part of We Day. He's got an upcoming film on the subject of residential schools and how children fleeing the schools would die in the freezing cold winter just trying to get back home. These are stories that need to be told. It's a very dark chapter in Canadian history.
Yes, it
but
is.
you say people abroad know more about it than people here in your travels.
Yeah, it's crazy because I travel a lot and a lot of people know about residential schools. I mean, my grandparents, they were both residential school survivors, so I really think they need to implement it into the school system. I think a lot of Canadians need to know about it because it's history and it's a part of who we are and why we are the way we are now and what we've been through and everything that we've overcome. It's so important to know, and hopefully someday it will be in the school system.
And then, of course, there's so much celebration and preservation when it comes to art and
Yes.
culture, which is why we're looking at these
Yes.
beautiful mucklucks. So talk to us about the Bata Shoe Museum and what they're doing to help preserve that.
Well, Treadwright actually partnered with the Manitoba Mucklucks Storybook School, and these actually made them last night.
Awesome.
No, I'm just kidding. No.
I was going to say, you do it all.
They're 50 years old, and they're smoked deer hide, so they're really beautiful. And I think it's so important for our legacy to continue and our traditions to be held up because, you know, making mucklucks is a part of who we are. It's a part of our heritage, and it's something that we don't want to lose. I mean, the world is so modernized now and like urbanized, and I feel like something like this, it's important for our youth to see, or people to get involved to know more about our culture because our culture is beautiful.
You're inspiring. Continue this amazing message. For more information, breakfasttelevision.ca, and we can follow you on Twitter at Ash
Callingbull.
Callingbull. Thank you so much. Right now, over to you, Kev.